Hello Flosstube, this is Mel from Mel of Hope Stitches and welcome to my Flosstube channel. Today is Saturday, June 22nd, 2024 and this is Flosstube 17. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for giving my channel a try. If you have been here before, welcome back. This is a channel 99.9% about cross stitch. Once in a while I will talk crocheting or quilting or something else that might float my boat, but 99% of the time it is about cross stitch. I recently went to Stitchcon. I am not going to do a full Stitchcon recap. There's a billion of them out there. I will talk about it a little bit just in relation to items I'm going to show, my haul, things like that. And at the end, I will put, hopefully, a little video with some pictures from the trip. It was wonderful. If you're looking to go to a retreat that is about meeting great people, stepping away from the world, and just enjoying a craft you love with no pressure, and just have fun and meet amazing people and enjoy the crafting and cross-stitching community, go for it. It's fun for all of those things. I'm going to start today with some full finishes and some finishes, and then I'm going to talk about some whips in progress that I've worked on, some that I started when I was at Stitchcon, and then some other haul. As I've said often, I really waited to do shopping at Stitchcon. I knew that I would want to shop at Keepsakes and with all the great things, and so you have to watch where you're spending your stitchy money. So I kind of waited and did some a bit of haul there, and now I'll be waiting probably until October when I go to Utah. So the first thing I want to show today is my full finish of Party Like It's 1776, and this is a chart that is from Little Stitch Girl, and I already gifted it to my friend Jeannie so she could stitch it. So I don't have the chart with me. It's fantastic. If you've been wanting to stitch it, do it. It's super fun. And I finished mine as a drum. So here is my finish. I'll back up a tiny bit to show you the pattern. And one thing I love about this pattern is that not only are you stitching a little bit of history, but Little Stitch Girl, Jordan, she gave a little bit of history on all the people you're stitching. And that was really cool. You don't often see that on patterns. I did the call for flosses on this, and it is stitched on 28 count even weave pampas grass from Color and Cotton, which I absolutely loved. It's a great neutral. Actually matches with a lot of the other patriotic things I have in the house. I got the idea of doing a drum for this finish from Sandy, from StitchinwithSandi. If you haven't checked out her channel, check it out. She's amazing. She's a very eclectic stitcher. She does lots of things, and everything is top notch. So she finished hers as a drum, and I'd never done a drum finish. This is my first. So she suggested that I follow Vanna's tutorial. So I did that, and Vanna said it would take an hour and a half. I think it took at least double that time, but for my first drum, I was very satisfied with it. I used Teresa Koget's Stitchy Birds fabric for my bottom and my top, and I made my own cording, which HelenD inspired me to make some cording. It was not as daunting as I thought it was going to be. I would have done it thicker, so next time I will do it thicker, and I will think about my edges, because I've got these edges here that if I had left some space in my whip stitching, I would have been able to stick that in, but you know, sometimes that's how you learn. So I know for next time, because I know this will not be my only drum finish, because I absolutely love it. I will also add more like warm and natural batting, so that this will be a higher dome. But again, first time, I'm super stoked about it. This, I just used some blue and some red and did some X's, and then finished it off with some buttons at the top. So again, that is my drum finish. If you've been daunted by a drum, try it. Watch Vanna's tutorial. It's fantastic. Take it a step at a time. Do it a little bit. You'll have fun. So that's my full finish, my only full finish. I'm hoping over the next couple weeks, having a little bit of time, I'll get a couple more finishes things fully finished because I have quite a box of fun, but we'll see. My other full finish, which was that was a bell ring at Stitchcon, by the way. This was another bell ring, and both of these were started at Stitchcon, so that's kind of cool. This one is Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way. And this one, I'm just gonna go up close for a minute so you can see how cute she is, and just all that black stitching. This was a pattern from Lillie Violette, who does such dainty work. I just love it. And I stitched this on an 18 count fiber on a whim. I don't remember the name. It might be in a past Flosstube that I did. But today I don't have the name. At Stitchcon, when people were asking me, I didn't have the name. So that's something I definitely need to improve upon. So that one is finished. I'm not sure how I'm going to fully finish it yet. So stay tuned, it'll be done somehow. So those were my two finishes, and like I said, I rang the bell and had fun with those. So that was exciting. Before I went to Stitchcon, I did work on my botanical bees a little bit. So just to remind some folks, I'm doing botanical bees from Hands On Design, and I'm switching up the colors. Instead of using blue fabric, I am using a yellow, and this is the fabric Madeline. It's a 32 count linen, no, 28 count linen, I think, either 32 or 28 count, and it is Madeline from Crescent Colors. She's begun dyeing again, and I'm using all different shades of oh, that was kind of crazy. I'm using my own color conversions because I'm doing a lot of colors with blues versus yellows. So stay tuned, it'll get done eventually. I worked on that a little bit before I left for Stitchcon. I brought it with me, but it didn't come out of the bag. So I will be working on that again soon. Whoops, trying to zip up my bag and I'm getting my zipper stuck. Okay, my next start was started a little bit before I left for Stitchcon. I don't remember if I showed it in my last video, but I did have a plan to start Any Town, Tiny Town, and this one has keepsakes in it. So I wanted to start that. I did kit this up through Keepsake, so it's all the called for colors, and I'm doing it on 16 count Aida Needle Blings Shrekie's Tan, and this is how far I've gotten. So I did a bit of the tree when I was at home, and then I finished the tree and I started this cute little ice cream shop when I was in the late night stitching room. Well, actually in the regular room and then late night. And then I started doing my wheels and I'm like, why aren't they matching? This isn't gonna work. Well, do you see how this part's indented? It comes out. This part's supposed to come out. So I've got a little bit of frogging and recalculating to do because I do not want to rip out the entire thing. So this one went into the bag. I said, I'm just not gonna do that right now because I was proud of myself for finding the flaw during the late night stitching, but I will go back to it. It's fun to stitch. After working on all that black and taking a break from that and working on this and changing colors very quickly, it was like, whoa. But I'm loving it and I like the way it's coming together. I just have to frog a little bit. So that's gonna get frogged and fixed. And that I probably will do a drum finish on because, hey, now that I can kind of do one, maybe I'll get better next time. So that was a fun little one to work on. My next is my new start that I did at Stitchcon. And in the annex, which is the place at Stitchcon where they sell things, so you can go over to Keepsakes and ride the Stitchy Bus if you ever go. It's lots of fun. But also right at the convention center, they have a place called the Annex where they have trunk shows and fabric and all kinds of stuff. And Barbie the Pedal Pusher had a trunk show there. And I've wanted some of her patterns, so I was super excited for that. And one of the ones I got was tomatoes. And I started it up while I was there. So I did a floss conversion, and I am using Forbidden Fiber Co's colors and one other new to me floss dyer. So I am using Forbidden Fiber Chipmunk, Ladybug, Boysenberry, Julep, Tails, which I love the name of because it has to be after Sonic. That one I'll talk about in a minute. Pumpkin Spice, Pesto, and Sage. And one thing I love with Forbidden Fiber is you get 10 yards of floss, which is really awesome. And it's beautiful to work with. I worked with it on a couple projects before and I absolutely love it. So when I kitted this up, I picked a maroon, and then as I started working, it wasn't jiving for me. And it's what they had in the Forbidden Fiber Co. colors at the Annex. So I hunted around and I found a new to me floss dyer, which is Rami's Creations. And I found this Red Passion that I have to show you guys because it is just beautiful. I don't know if the camera's picking up the variegation in that or not, but the variegation in this is absolutely stunning. And then I'll show it to you on my progress here because it's just beautiful. So this is where I am on my tomatoes. Look at that variegation in this tomato. I am just so impressed with that variegation. I mean, there's variegation in all of it, but this one, that dark color is just wild. So I did a floss conversion, and I did a purple because I love heirloom tomatoes, and some of them are purpley, and I just thought it gave a little bit broader of a color than a brown. And then the other thing that I'm changing up on this chart is if you look at the chart, all of these leaves are the same color, and that's cute, but there's all different colors up here. There's 3 greens. So I'm going to do 3 greens down there instead. And I have not gotten very far at that bottom, but I do have a little bit of all 3 greens in there. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to pattern it out or if I'm just going to randomize it, but I'm excited for it. And I love, love, love the way this is stitching up. I am stitching this on Fiber on a Whim Cafe au Latte 16 count Aida. And they had so much beautiful fabric there, and I love fabric. I love Aida, I love even weave, I love linen. I chose to do this on Aida because I loved there's green variations that you can really see. Actually, I think the camera might actually be picking them up for once, but it's brown, but you can see greens in there. And part of the other reason I went with Aida was because pricing, Aida is a little less expensive, and so I was like, my stitchy dollars will go a little bit further. So that is a fun one. I'm enjoying working on this one. It's going to hang in my kitchen when it's done. And you get a second, you also get this pattern for like a little tomato pin cushion or something with it too. So I may do that when this is done. So I'm excited. This one is stitching up. I'm just loving it. I have not put it down since I started it. So it probably will be done soon. So that's exciting. Those are all the stitches I've been working on or finishing. So I have a lot of haul to share. I also have some, well, Stitchy Kindness at Stitchcon is amazing. You get all kinds of, I've got lots of little floss drops. I've got scissor fobs. I've got, you know, needle minders. There's just all kinds of things all over the place. I sat with some good friends of mine. I met some new friends. It was just a blast. We were table 3 and it was lots of fun. Lots of kindness and stitchy goodness from the table. We'd be here all day if I was sharing it all. So I'll try to put some of that in the pictures, but very grateful for all the things I got. The one thing I am going to share is the small I got at the Smalls Exchange. I will also try to get a picture in here of my small, Dory, who I met at the Hold Room, ended up getting my small. She's from New Jersey. She also has a great Flosstube channel, so check her out. So my small was a pillow, gingerbread themed. So I'll put a picture in of that. And I had this wonderful woman from Texas who I got her summertime small, and I absolutely love it. I got this beautiful Primrose Cottage watermelon pillow, and she used a lot of walnuts in here, and so it's got a great heft to it. It's just beautiful. I absolutely, absolutely love it. She finished it by stitching up the back and putting some cute buttons. She had lots of other things such as scissors and wax and threaders and trying to remember, candies and lots of things in my bag of goodies. She had these really cute butterfly magnets, which I'm sharing with my daughter. And then she had this beautiful hand-painted Texas needle winder, which I absolutely love. What is saddening my heart a little bit is I don't have her name. She did not put a card in there with her name. I did get to meet her. I gave her a hug, but it's really crazy when you're meeting at the end of this, and so I don't have her name. So if by any chance she's watching this, or if anybody knows her, please put her name in the comments, because I absolutely loved my stuff from Texas. It was in this beautiful summer bag with some beautiful tulips and other things. So I'm just very thankful for that. And now I'm inspired to do all of, I think they're the 9-patch patterns from Primrose. I might have to try those out because I don't have enough to stitch. So that was super, super exciting. My cup is a cool cup that my friend Joan made. Was another one of the 8,000 billion gifts that I received on this trip. So lots of fun. And, you know, it always amazes me the beautiful people you meet. Had some great, our friend, so Jeannie, Joan, and I all traveled together. And then Jordan, who we met the first year we went to Stitchcon. She came in from the St. Louis area, and it was so great to see her again after so long. And then we had 2 new friends at our table. So Jordan's friend Sam joined us, and she was such a delight. And oh my gosh, her stitching is amazing. She's working on this like aquarium museum piece that is just beautiful, and her fabric choice is like just amazing. And Susan from Florida joined our table, and we met Susan while we were waiting in line to get into Stitchcon. So that was lots of fun, just to meet new people, see their experiences, get to know them. Lots of fun, friends for life. So I'm going to share Oodles of Haul now, and it is Oodles of Haul. So the first pattern I'm going to share is a pattern that I saw last year when I was there, and they were out of it, and they had it this time. So I picked this up, and it is called Bloom from Art to Heart. Look at that. And it came with the buttons, and I'm doing it with all the call for DMC. And it was really funny because I was going to pick out some fabric, and I'm like, oh, I really think I want to do it on yellow. So Susan over there helped me pick out this beautiful 32 count Weeks Dye Works linen, which has some variegation, and it's like a palish bright yellow without not being too crazy. And so I love it. It's called Honeysuckle. And so then Susan is putting it all together for me, and she says, you're never going to believe what the sample's done on. Honeysuckle from Weeks Dye Works. So that was just kind of funny. And I got all the call for colors. So that one I'll be starting fairly soon. That one's in my Mickey bag. A couple other things that I got is I picked up Winter Berries from Erica Michaels, and I picked up this Atomic Ranch Forget Me Not 28 count Lugama to do it on. So this is the color I got. It's getting wet. Let's see. No, it's getting washed out. This is more the color of the whole thing. There is a lot of play in this fabric, but I think these will be great on it. So I'm very excited for those. So I picked up that fabric because again, the fabric is so delicious. You know, you see it all, and you're just like, it's just so deliciously beautiful. I'm like, oh. But I didn't want to buy fabric just to buy fabric, because I do have quite a fabric stash. I wanted to make sure I was getting things I would use. And I apologize, but I'm trying to get these things back into their bags as I can. This one I picked up. It says, Of My Heart Be Sure. And it's Wedding Row. My son recently got engaged, so I've got some plans for this one. So picked that up. And then some more Barbie from the Pedal Pusher. I picked up Troublemaker, which I loved, and Nibblers, which I probably should have started yesterday because it was the Strawberry Moon, but that didn't happen because I was so involved with that drum. I also picked up another berries, the Holiday Home Berries from Erica Michaels. I love this little gingerbread house. So I was excited to get that. And mind you, I have like 4 berry patterns from her. I've yet to stitch any or to make the berries. I'm confident that I'll be able to do it. So I gotta get that going. I was able to get 324 finally from Works by ABC. I have not started it yet. I'm not sure when I'm going to start it, but I was excited to get it because I've wanted it. It's been on my list. I really tried with things I wanted from market to be like, okay, I'm going to try to get them when I go on my trip. So I am planning to do this with all 324 colors. I'm probably just going to do it on a regular white Lugana or a white Ada. I'm not sure yet. I don't think I have a piece big enough in my stash. I might though. I haven't looked. This one I got, it's also Works by ABC, and this one is called Peace, and I loved it because the word peace is written in all different languages, and I did not pick up fabric for it because I think I have some in my stash. I want to make this and frame it and put it up at work because I just thought it would be a great welcome when people come into the front office. We've got so many different languages and so much diversity. I thought it would be cool. The next one is I have 2 Told in a Garden patterns that I've had for about 3 years now. One is Blueberry Farm and one is Raspberry Farm. And I just love Amish. And I saw the sample stitched up in Keepsakes for the Song of a People, and I was just like, that is beautiful, I love it. Like, it was like drawn to it. And then I found out that they didn't stitch that up, they rescued it from a vintage shop. And then Jen was like, oh, I think we only have 2 more of that pattern left. Well, they had 1 more left, so I did snag this pattern. I love it, the Song of a People. Do not know when I'm going to start it. It's an older pattern, designed by Marilyn Leavitt Emblem, and it's Told in a Garden are the things, and I'm probably showing more than I should. I love it. What I am planning to do though is I did pick up this Cream and Sugar Fiber on a Whim 28 count Lugana, and it's kind of a creamy brown color. It's not nearly as dark as what the traditional Told in a Gardens are done on. But what I want to do when I do this is I am going to not use the colors that are called for. I'm going to change up the house. The house is probably going to be either like a light yellowy green color, and I'm going to really brighten up all the colors in here. I'm not sure what tones I'm going to use yet, but they're going to be brighter. So kind of a modernized Told in the Garden. So I've got a plan in my head. We'll just see when it comes to fruition. Might be a while from now. The next one is I have 2 other fully kitted projects. So I got this, I met Tiffany from Black Cat Stitchery. She was next to me in line when we were sitting there and waiting. So we got chatting a little bit. Such a sweet woman. And if you haven't checked out her bag shop online, but I got this really cute Rise and Shine bag, which I just thought was really cute. And she even has like a little black cat on here. And I needed to get it because it commemorated meeting her. And I fully kitted this up. It is Rascals from Barbie with Pedal Pusher. And I'm going to do it on this really cute 16 count Ada from Atomic Ranch. And again, it's kind of getting washed out. It's kind of like a baby blue. I thought it would seem like the sky. And I thought that would be cute since there's the dirt with all of the carrots. So it's like the sky behind it. So I've got that fully kitted up. I just have not started it yet. I probably will start that one when tomatoes is done. My other fully kitted project is from one of my absolute favorite designers, and that is Miss Susan O'Brien from Sweet Rings Studio. And this is Let Us Adore Him. I loved it. She had her trunk show there. So I saw this stitched up and I loved it. It was on this dark green. And of course, by the time I'm going to buy this, it's like Saturday and fabric's getting picked over, but I'm like, I don't need a big piece of fabric. Well, I found this Dame, it's called Dames of the Needle. And this is in New England green, and it is a 36 count. I've never stitched, no, I might be lying. I think I've stitched on 36 count once, but I loved this dark color, and it'll be close. I'll have a 1-inch margin, I think, on the sides, but I'll have 2 inches on the top and bottom, which I can work with that. And then I kitted up the called for flosses. I'll show you those real quick. Because it was a lot of sampler threads and things like that. And a lot of colors that I don't think I had any of these colors. So these, they're either classic colorworks or samplers threads. So these are the colors. You can see they're just gonna be gorgeous on this fabric. So that one is fully kitted up, and my goal, I'll probably stitch on that in July for some Christmas in July stitching, but I really need to get ornaments going, so we'll see. If I don't do it then, I'll do it. I want to have this done by Christmas. That's kind of my goal on that one. So my last purchase, so my first year that I went to StitchCon, my friend Joan bought a really cute snowman pattern. And when we did our smiles exchanges, I got the same pattern gifted to me. So we said, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be fun to do a stitch along? And we'll just, you know, get on Zoom with the folks that sat at our table and do this like throughout the year till we finish. And we did that, and we had fun with it and got to see everybody. Well, we were at Keepsakes, and both of us were picking up another pattern from the same All Dolled Up series. So it's a way older Little House Needlework series. And we picked up this one, which is called Peppermint Twist. So we got this and we went back to our table, and we were talking to our table mates, and they were like, oh my gosh, we should totally do that as a sal. So everybody went and got this, and we're going to get together and do this on Zoom as a sal. So I'm very excited about that. And at the store, they had it as a flat fold finish, but not on its own. It was actually on the top of a square jar, and then there were peppermints in it. So I thought, oh, that's clever. So I'm not sure if that's how I'll finish it, but I liked it. So that's exciting. So I believe everybody's got their items for this. I did not buy any floss or fabric for it. I'm gonna kit it all from stash. But we are gonna get started on this within the next month. So that's super exciting, and I'll keep you posted on my progress on that. The last thing that I would love to share today is some stitchy kindness that came from one of our table mates. So when you go to Stitchcon, they have a take it or leave it table. So a lot of times, and I bagged up, some things, and I brought them to the take it or leave it table. But before I gifted it to the take it or leave it table, I passed the bag around to everyone at my table to see if anyone at my table would like to stitch anything that I had been stitching. So we had Miss Susan at our table who had lots of neat things, and she gifted me with a few things that I wanted to share with you because I'm super excited. So the first one is Annabella's, and I think it might have been from one of her retreats or her boxes. Susan's gone to our retreats and said they're phenomenal. I've not been fortunate enough to do that yet, but I loved this. It's called Cozy Cottages Spring, and Elaine and her daughter actually were the ones that created this pattern. And isn't it just sweet? Like, look at the house with the hearts, and I just thought it was really cute. So I got that, and I'm excited to stitch that. Another one that was gifted me was Shannon Christine's Love is in the Air, which I just thought was super fun, and I can have some fun with that with this upcoming wedding season in our home. And the song Love is in the Air has been like in my head nonstop since I was gifted that. The other one I was gifted was an Erin Elizabeth watermelon tier. Look at how cute this is. I have not stitched any of her tiers yet. I think they're adorable and I like them. I just haven't stitched them yet. So I'm excited to try this one with the watermelons because I don't have an awful lot of summer stitching done. In fact, I was thinking about it. I kitted up Primrose Cottage's Summertime, the one that's all the topography that I think they came out with not last summer, but the summer before. I have that all kitted up with sulkies and I have not started it yet. So I need to get some summer stitching going. I have Patriotic done and I have some beef themed, but other than that, I don't have a lot of summer things. So I thought between that one and between these watermelons, I'm just loving it. Look at how these are books, you guys, but it's all watermelon colors. And then I love this little like gingham, not gingham, what do you call it? Buffalo plaid home. I just think it's so super fun. So I'm excited to stitch these up. So Susan, thank you for those. And that, I think, is about all I have to share with you today. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I know there are a lot of fabulous stitchers out there that have Flosstube channels. So thank you if you're visiting. If you have it in your heart, please like it, subscribe to my channel. I'm working on building my channel. I'm at about 350 subscribers at this point or not. I'd love to get to 400. When I get to 400, I will do a giveaway. So hopefully I will get there soon. If you have any thoughts about how I should finish my Mary Poppins piece, oh my gosh, you guys, please share, because I am just not sure. I don't even know where I put it now. How I want to finish it. I don't know if I want to put it in a frame. I mean, look at this. I love it. I'm not sure. Should I put it in a frame? Should I make a flat fold of it? Part of me thinks like a white frame that has, not a plain white frame, one that has some embellishments, almost like this has embellishments, would be pretty. But I don't know. I also think if I could find some Mary Poppins fabric to go behind it, I could do some type of a flat fold finish. If you've got ideas, please share. I love them. If you've seen this in the wild stitched with some ideas, please also put those in the comments below. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope that you're having a wonderful summer. I hope that you're staying cool in all this heat. You know, here in Arizona, it's a little chilly today. It's only 102. Very sticky, but only 102. We were 117 yesterday, breaking a record, so I'll take the 102. Stay safe, have fun, make memories with your family, enjoy stitching, and I will see you soon. Have a great one.